Hello, you all. So, I just got in from a pole dancing class, and I wanted to do a follow-up video on what you can expect if you're going to begin pole dancing, documenting my pole dance journey, let's call it that, a little bit. And just to kind of follow up what happened, I guess, after my first class, because I don't think I did that. Um, Before I jump into that, if you did not catch my most recent video, it is my birth month. Actually, technically, it's my birth week. So, if you would like to hit the Cashapp, check out the information in the description. Also, yeah, I'm just gonna be using, I don't know why I said also. But yeah, if you want to buy me a drink for my birthday, if you want to, uh, partially sponsor or fully sponsor some pole dance classes. I'm actually looking to do an unlimited membership at one of the studios so I can A, practice more, and B, actually have a place to film my progress as I go, because I'm not ready to put a pole in my house yet, even though I need one at this point. Um, so yeah, I am about jumping into the video. I am about on my, let's say, oh, it's been more than five. Let's see. So I've done, this is like my fourth lesson. I've done about eight or nine lessons, at two different studios. So one is very, um, Twerk Tactical, I like to call it. It's, like, let's say if we're comparing strip clubs, it's one that's more the twerking and like the fast-paced music and upbeat. Although it's not all like that, but generally the classes I've been going to have been like that. And then the other is like very sensual, kind of like instrumental music or like R&B, like very slow, seductive movements. My friends actually call it the Seductress class, the slower one. But yeah, so I've been going to those two different pole studios, two totally different teachers. I'm pretty sure the class that I go to more often where there's twerking and stuff, the teacher is a former stripper. I don't think she dances anymore. Pretty sure she's a former stripper. Today she said she's been dancing for 11 years. The other teacher, I think the studio might be owned. Actually, let me not say that, but like, I don't think the lady who actually teaches the class was a dancer. But you never know people's business or whatever. Um, but she does strike me, just like her style and some other things strike me. She strikes me as a person who just like learned and got really good at yeah, dancing and whatnot. So, on that note, I'm gonna tell you what to expect. Let's say your first week or so, after your first 1 to 2 classes of pole dancing. So, um, now I have a friend who does this. It's been doing it for like a couple years, probably now. And so when I had my first class, so I brought her up because she uses the technical terms for things. So I'm gonna throw that in there, in reference to conversations I had with her, have been having with her. So my first class, I was so sore I could not sit up. So pole dancing is a really good core workout for core strength, your stomach, your back, definitely your upper body. I feel like it works out depending on what moves you're learning, I guess. The core gets more the bulk of it, than your upper body. Like, I have no upper body strength, but for the first couple classes, I, kept up and learned the moves pretty quickly. Um, because I had, I guess, a little more core strength, or maybe those moves were just like core focused or whatever. So if you have no upper body strength, don't feel discouraged. Now down the road, it will catch up with you, but you'll just build it up as you go. And the thing I really like about pole dancing is that you can see yourself getting better, like within that first class, or from the first to second class, I'll say. Stuff I could not do in the first class, I could do it by the second class. And I wasn't really practicing in between. I went to that one other class, and we worked on something completely different. But like once I kind of figured out how to do it toward the end of that first class, second class I could do it, no big deal. And it actually, one of those spins was the skill that the teacher at the other class taught that week in the beginner class, and I already knew how to do it. Um so you see yourself getting better so quickly. Um and as far as, I feel like I've been getting building strength pretty quickly too. Now, I'm a person who historically, like, I build like muscle mass and strength pretty, like, I remember in college my friend and I were taking like some classes at my university's fitness center, and literally my muscles got bigger. Now, yeah, you are going to swell, but um like my muscles changed from morning to that evening when she and I took kickboxing. And she's like, I hate you. So I don't know if I'm still like that. Now, granted, I've not like hit fitness that hard as I was back then. Maybe if I were to take like 3 fitness classes in a day, 4 classes, I would start to notice, um, the muscle tone developing and like me retaining it. Um, but yeah, I mean, my abs looked a little bit more defined today, I think. Um, so, there's that. You'll get better, you'll get stronger. Don't be discouraged your first class. You're going to be sore. I was so sore. I'm not in well, I'm not in terrible shape. I do, I should just say I have a gym membership at this point. I haven't been since December, or ooh, since November. But I'm not a person who's a complete stranger to exercise. So, although I like the strength part, like I really need, especially the upper body strength, like in the core. I've really been like, part of the reason I started doing pole dancing is because I really need a lot of help in those areas. Um, but um, yeah, like it's not so much a barrier. It might get kind of frustrating a little bit, but just keep, repetition's the key. Keep repeating the moves, keep practicing. You're gonna be sore. So I was sore as if I've never worked out in my life. That's what I was leading up to. I'm not a person who's never worked out in my life. But I felt like I had never worked out in my life. And I woke up and I could like it I had to focus my mental energy on sitting up, which that has never happened in my life before. And I've taken Pilates, which is like a core focused class. Um, this is good for your core. Like you'll struggle to sit up if you don't already have those core muscles like really well developed. Um, in addition to that, what else? Probably sitting down, squatting, that sort of thing was kind of challenging. I mean, I could do it, but like I basically felt like maybe a golf cart or something had hit me. Um I was gonna say truck, but that would be like way worse. But you're gonna feel it. Maybe like you've been tossed around in a windstorm or something. Like your muscles have been pulled in a bunch of different directions. Whatever the case may be, however you want to describe it, you will feel it. My friend referred to that as global soreness, which I guess it means everything is sore. Whereas like the further you go along, certain parts will be sore, and that's kind of where I am now. Although I have been having like back and neck pain, but I think it's how I sleep, and it's probably not the pole dancing class. Um, so after those first couple weeks, I'll say maybe about class 4 or 5, the twerk, let's call her the twerk tactical teacher, she had us doing a really difficult move. So that class is actually more challenging also than the other class. It's like that, let's call it the Seductress class. Um, which the twerk tastic teacher does teach a Seductress class. But I don't go to that one for whatever. I don't go to that one because I haven't bought shoes yet. That's part of the reason. But I also started going to this other class that kind of teaches the same style, so I don't really need to yet. Um, anyway, so about my fourth class, we were doing a really difficult, um, sort of, well, yeah, pole mount type of thing that turns into a spin. Oh, is it? It might be called the corkscrew. I've seen videos that say corkscrew and videos that call the corkscrew something else. But basically, um, I don't know, like Honestly, I'll describe it as like leaping into a metal wall, stomach first. Basically, your body goes from vertical to horizontal as you're holding on to the pole, obviously, but like you kind of like leap yourself, throw yourself toward the pole, and then when you catch the pole, with your hands are still on it, but like you're kind of like wrapping your stomach and thighs around it. Oh my goodness. So yeah, apparently that's supposed to be really good for developing a six pack. We didn't work on that tonight. And I haven't practiced it. But mentally I feel like I can do it. But in that class, now I'm a person, I'm very logical if you know me. I stopped and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I cannot beat myself up like this. I love me and I'm not going to continue to leap into this pole with my stomach and rib cage. Like I just can't. Let's do something else. Um Not to mention the rest of the class wasn't really getting it except one person who could do it really well. Um After that class, my stomach was bruised. My thighs were bruised. Both thighs. They might still be bruised, actually. I don't know if they've completely gone back to normal, but, and it hurt. Also, I think I bruised, like, yeah, it's gonna be bruised tonight, probably. My pubic bone, I guess that's what it's called, the part that where, yeah, like, you're gonna be slamming that into the pole sometimes, so you might get bruised there too. I might have like at some point I bruised my chest and I'm not sure how that happened. You're gonna get bruises. One thing that a lot of people don't realize when you're like your skin is holding you to the pole. So like and it's friction. So when you see people hold on to the pole with their thighs, basically it feels like your skin is being ripped off, but they say you get used to it. Um have I felt anything that I've gotten used to yet? Let me think. Um, I don't know. I felt like there was one move where the skin was getting used to it. I cannot think of what that move may have been because tonight it certainly wasn't the inner thigh because like I'm gonna be bruised and have like friction burns from tonight. Because we were doing pole mounts where like you're kind of like you pole sits. I mean, I think that's what they're called, not pole mounts. Pole sits, where like you grab onto the pole with your thighs and then you let your hands go. That really hurts, and it's your skin that hurts because your skin is stopping you from sliding down the pole, and it basically feels like fire. So yeah. Is that a good note to end this video on? Basically just get accustomed or mentally prepare. Don't let it stop you cuz like there are some things now I will say. I began learning how to climb a little bit and I was terrified of doing that cuz I have bony feet and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, like this metal pole is going to be pressing my skin into the bone. It's going to be horrible." And everyone else says that climbing is murder on your feet. That didn't hurt at all. It didn't hurt my feet, didn't hurt my shins, didn't hurt anything. So it might be different for different people. I was very thrilled actually that I could do that without pain. But these pole sits are not, they're not it. Um, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna keep at it and keep practicing. I really need to build my core, my upper body strength. The core is coming along. I feel like I can, some of the exercises where like you're holding onto the pole and you lift your legs off the floor to your chest, I can do that a little bit better. So I'm getting stronger. And you will too. Just be prepared that that stuff you see that looks so graceful, it hurts when you first start out. And yeah, but you'll get through it. You won't be the only person in your class that is in pain or that is struggling. And if you are, everybody else understands because they went through the pain and the struggle to get to where they are. So my class with the we're calling her the Twerk Tactical teacher is all levels together. So some people are like upside down clinging to the pole from like their ankle and stuff. Usually that's just like one person in the class and everybody else is doing their thing, learning together. I've learned a few routines, so that's fun. Even on your first class, you'll probably learn a routine that you can kind of perform. So it's usually structured so that you feel like coming back and you're excited. Especially I feel like the scam is they teach you the spins first so you'll come back, and then they throw in that stuff that rips your skin off. Or it won't rip your skin off, but it'll feel like it. So on that note, I'm gonna finish up this video. I will come back to you with more poll updates. Again, it's my birth month. If you would like to drop me a little gift, I will have my Cash App below. I may include my PayPal. I gotta find the link for that. Anyway, you guys take care until the next video. I will see you again soon. In the meantime, take care and be well. Happy February. See you soon. Bye now.